I don't know how to talk about this. I'm not a content creator. I haven't made content of any kind in years. I stream a couple times a week. But I don't know how to talk about this, so I'm just going to start. I'm a 25-year-old. I was baptized Roman Catholic. Had my first communion Roman Catholic. But I fell away before I ever got confirmed. Around the time I was 23, I started getting my Instagram feed filled with wonderful Catholic edits. Wonderful Catholic edits. I had already turned my back on the faith for years, upwards of a decade. I had not gone to Mass in at least 5 years. But my Instagram feed started getting filled with a bunch of edits. Like cool edits, Crusaders edits to Sabaton music. You've seen them. So I was getting back into it, and I was thinking, I'm going to get confirmed Roman Catholic. Then God threw a wrench in the works, man. God just kicked sand all over my little sandcastle of plans. He made me aware of the Eastern Catholic churches. Until I was about, 24, I was under the impression that all Eastern traditions, all Eastern rites were lumped under Orthodoxy. You have the Orthodox Church, you have the Roman Catholic Church, and then you have 40,000 different Protestant denominations. But then I learned that the Catholic Church, so Catholic means universal. And that is something we say in the Nicene Creed every Sunday. If you're Orthodox or you are Catholic. Doesn't matter if you're in communion with Rome or not. That's something we say in the Nicene Creed every Sunday. I believe in one holy Catholic and apostolic church. And Catholic means universal. And they mean that, right? Like, they mean that. And I've kind of come to that realization, I'm going to say Roman Catholic just for the simplicity. The Roman Catholic Church has 24 self-governing churches within them. But all 24 of them are under the guidance of Rome, the Pope. One of those churches is, of course, the Latin Rite Roman Catholic Church. It's the one we all know. Pipe organs, choirs, the massive cathedrals, the Vatican, right? That's the largest one of them by far. And it's actually the largest church in the world. That's just a testament to it. I don't know really what it's a testament to, but clearly they're doing something right. However, after the Great Schism in 1024, a lot of churches that were not Latin, except for the Melkites, went to Orthodoxy. They joined Orthodoxy. About 500 years later, a lot of them started coming back to Rome. And Rome was like, yes, come back, please. We love you. And they re-entered full communion with Rome. However, they were allowed to keep all of their liturgical traditions. All of them. And so now a lot of Eastern churches are virtually indistinguishable from your Orthodox churches. The only difference is they also pray for the Pope. So there are 24 churches under Catholic Church banner. One of them is Latin. The rest are some variation of Eastern Rite, which I am not going to go into. The point I'm trying to make is I thought I was going to be going Latin Rite. I did. But then God threw a wrench in my plans by saying, hey, there are other rites. You should check them out. Out of just thoroughness, within reason. I'm not traveling 4 hours to visit a tiny Eastern service. That's just not practical, I think, in any way. But luckily for me, there is actually a small little Byzantine Catholic community around my city where I live. So on Monday night, I went. After being invited by the priest, I called him and, said, oh, I have questions. He's like, come to Divine Liturgy on Monday night. We talk. We talk after liturgy. We talk. And so I went, and I think it was love at first sight. There's something about the liturgy that truly does feel like, oh, you're transported to a different time. You're transported at least 1,500 years ago, which is when the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom in around the 4 or 500s. But, these traditions go back even longer. You feel like you're not only transported back a millennia and a half, it felt holy. And Latin Mass feels holy too, especially traditional Latin Mass, but something about this felt this is what's right. This is the way that the apostles would have celebrated. I mean, they were all Greek and around that area, so they would have celebrated in a similar way, if not the exact same way. A big part of the Bible, or at least with Ezekiel's vision, is angels surrounding God. The seraphim and the cherubim, they're constantly surrounding God on his throne, singing, "Holy, holy, 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 holy." Their entire purpose is to sing God's praises. I'm sure they have other duties, but that's a big part of it. When I went to Divine Liturgy, everything is sung a cappella. If you don't know this, everything, I mean everything, except for the homily, except for like the priest's sermon after the reading of the gospel, everything is sung. And it felt like reflecting on it with hindsight, are we not part of that heavenly choir when we do that? Are we not part of the procession of angels and saints constantly singing to God when we partake in this divine liturgy, man? You repeat "Lord have mercy" like 40 or 50 times throughout the entire liturgy, and the entire thing is sang. You sing it over and over and over and over, dude. We don't even deserve it. We join the choir of angels and saints so that we can be heard in the way that is right with other heavenly beings who are so above our own. They're so above us, probably literally in heaven, but also morally and righteously. We don't even hold a smoldering wick of a candle to these beings. So now, 2 days later, not even, I think that might be where I'm being called home. I anticipate multiple months of discernment, mostly to figure out, do I want to join for the right reasons? I've seen online a lot that people want to switch to Eastern rites because of the smells and bells. This sort of rose-tinted glasses, you're seeing this through rose-tinted glasses, and it's just, Orientalism for Eastern Catholic churches. A big part of that is if you want to switch canonical rites, so you're covered under their canon law rather than the Latin one, a big part of that is you have to be active in the parish for at least a year, usually longer. And I get it. But what my heart is telling me now is that I think it is. I just ask for the rest of my Christian brothers and sisters, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, or Orthodox, that you pray for me. Pray for this discernment, because this is both some of the most excited but also the most stressed I've ever been in my life, I think. At least recently, man. Anyway, I plan on releasing videos periodically to kind of go through what I'm going through through my discernment and, my own experiences. I have a really nice story to tell about the rosary that kind of really set me down this I'm taking this seriously path that I will share sometime in the future. Thank you for watching. Please pray for me, and God bless you.